Hello guys. So guys, we will be moving forward with our new topic, and the new topic will be like fetching data. I have written some code. I will be explaining it. It is very basic code, and our agenda today is data fetching in Next.js, the very basic thing. The whatever the problems, and there will be 2-3 lectures about data fetching in Next.js. So how Next.js work is like it has a server and it has a front end. So everything will be, all the pages by default are rendered using on the server, and that particular server is then, that particular page is then transferred to the front end, and that is displayed along with its JavaScript code and whatever. So, and there is other method also of when we mark it as use client, then only JavaScript part will go on the browser and it will basically render it like it happens in any SPA, React, Angular, any front end based framework. It happens like that, or libraries. So this is it. So data fetching means from an external server we will be fetching data. So whatever setup I have done, I will explain very briefly. So in the package or JSON, there is a package called JSON server. So it is a very basic package. You can search JSON server on npm, and what it does, that it gives you ability to create server on a go, file based server. So here I have created a server, and what I am doing is that I am listing down few dummy projects. Okay, Next.js, Next e-commerce platform, Vue interactive dashboard, and all these things. I have created a document, and that document is basically I will be fetching in my in the Next.js application. So where I am fetching into the project section, about project, where I am doing it. So what I am doing is I am making my this thing async, because see, this is a network call, we can't use await without async, and it will take time into rendering. And what we can do is that here we can create a loading.js file also. So it will be called when it will be when it is doing all these things. So here I have, so this is basically the URL for this thing. So I am running this particular thing into this here, my server, and I have marked a command. So all this code you can have it in the GitHub repo. So I am not going into detail. It is very basic. When you go to npm JSON server, you will get everything, how to install and create a JSON server. One thing you can look in my code is the server version. JSON server I am using 17.4, because the others are not working properly. So this you can check, and into the db.json file you can create a file, and that will be returned into the server. Here I am making an fetch. Everyone knows fetch API is basically for making a network request. In this network request I am making a localhost repos. You can go and see what is there in the localhost repos. So here this is the one we will be getting in the localhost repos. So when we go to our project, so I have created one more link for about and projects. When you go to navbar, I hope you are following very closely with the previous lecture. So this is the link about and projects. So about projects, and in this particular page what we are doing is we are making a network request for all these things, for this particular route endpoint, and we are getting that particular these particular data here. Okay, and then we are converting it into a JSON, and then what we are doing is that we are just listing down all those things, title, description, and all those things. We are just basic JavaScript. We are decrypting it, and not decrypting it. We are taking all those variables out of this particular thing and basic JavaScript, and then I am then putting it down here. So this is how it works. So when I go here, and you can see, so all those data whichever was there is listed here, guys. So this is basic network data fetching, or retrieving data from the server into Next.js. This is done on server. It is rendered on server. The page is rendered on server, and then it is transported to the browser. So this is how it works. But there are several gotchas, and there are several problems which will come into this, and we will be discussing that in our next lesson. Thanks a lot, guys. Thank you. Thanks for joining this session.